Good afternoon. Well, did you manage to spot any birds in your garden this morning? I wonder if you spotted any different kinds of birds, and I wonder what they were doing. I wonder if some of them were looking for food to eat. Well, guess what? This afternoon I'm going to show you how we can make some bird feeders for our birds in our gardens to come and have a nibble to keep them going through the cold winter days. So I've got a few different things here to give you some ideas, and then maybe you could have a look and see what you've got in your house that you could use. So I've got a book here and it talks about birds in our garden. It's an information book, so it's giving me some information about the birds that I might find in my garden. And it also tells me a little bit about what the birds might need. So I'll read you the first page. Gardens come in all shapes and sizes. Each one can be a home for birds. More birds will visit your garden if you give them what they need. And you'll need to ask a grown-up to help you here. All birds need food. They'll take seeds, nuts and other treats from a bird table or a bird feeder. Water is important too, for washing and drinking. Keep a bird bath topped up all year round. Right, well we are going to have a go at making our own bird feeders, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can do that. So the first one I'm going to show you is this. Now, here I've got, well, they're a bit like Cheerios, but these are chocolate ones. Now actually, these chocolate ones aren't the best to put out for birds, they're too sugary. So I'm just going to show you with these chocolate hoops, but if you've got some that aren't chocolate ones, they're much better. Now here, I've got a pipe cleaner. It's got bendy wire inside. You might not have pipe cleaners at home, and that's fine, because you could use a piece of string for this or even an old shoelace. So here we go. So what we're going to do with this one is I'm going to bend the end of it over first, because I'm going to thread my little hoops onto my pipe cleaner. So I don't want them just falling off the end. So here we go. I can start threading them on. And this is loads of fun, and it helps to get my muscles nice and strong in my fingers. So here we go. We could make a bird feeder where we thread lots and lots of hoops on, and then you can tie it round and hang it up outside. So that's the first kind of one you could make. Now, this is my favourite kind of bird feeder to make, and we sometimes make these in school. Now for this, you're going to need a pine cone, so you might be able to find one of those outside, and some seeds. And last of all, you'll need something to help the seeds to stick inside the pine cone. So you can use something called lard, or you could use unsalted butter. It needs to be something that when it's outside in the cold, it's nice and hard. So you can push the little bits of lard or butter into there and then squish your seeds inside. And we've done this in school before. And then when you've got all your seeds in there, you can hang it up and the birds can come and peck those seeds out. So there's another one. And then last of all, there's this one. Now, when we were looking at the book, we could see there was a blackbird eating some apple. So we know that birds like to eat apple. So you can make a bird feeder out of an apple any way you like, really. You could even just chop bits up and pop them outside somewhere. But with mine, I'm going to cut it in half, first of all, with my sharp knife. You'll need a grown-up to help you with this bit. There we go. Oh, look. Can you see the seeds inside? It's making it a bit like a star shape, isn't it? Now, I've got this long kebab stick, but you could use any kind of stick, really. And what I'm going to do with this, first of all, is I'm going to push it through my apple at the side. So push it right the way through to mind my fingers. There we go. And it's poking out the other side like this. There. Can you see? And then I'm going to cut my stick with my scissors. There we go. And then with my string, I can hang, if I attach one side there and one side here, I could hang my bird feeder up outside like that. Now these make a really nice little perch for the birds to come along and sit. I think I'll cut that sharp bit off at the end. I don't want to hurt any of my birds. There. And then I might poke the other one through the other side too. So there we go. So when that's hanging up, my birds can come and land there and they can peck the nice juicy apple in there. So the next thing I'll need to do when I finish these is go and find somewhere in my garden that I can hang them up. Now the birds won't come straight away because they're new and they'll be a little bit scared, they'll wonder what they are. But in a few days' time, if I keep looking out my window, the birds will have spotted the feeders and they'll come and they'll be eating the seeds and the apple and maybe some of the cereal too. So have a see if you can find some things that you can use to put outside for your birds. And don't forget something with water in too, especially if it's frosty. Okay, well I will see you again soon. Will Vower. Bye bye.